guys, welcome back to Teaberry Farm. My name is Casey, and if you're new here, we are a multi-generational family of homesteaders. We took an original property that I grew up on, and we raised horses, and I horse showed for many years of my childhood and like early adult life. Now I brought my family back, and now we're running our own chicken farm and medicinal herbs. So today I really want to talk to you about one of my most favorite herbs ever, mullein. So mullein's energetics are moistening and cooling. It has demulcent properties, expectorant properties, and it's considered a lung tonic. So you could dry the leaves and you could shred them and you can make them into a tea. Works really well. You can turn it into a tincture. And one of my other favorite ways is to make a salve out of mullein. So a mullein salve works really well, and I use it for my kids. I put it on their chest, kind of like Vicks, and it helps with chest congestion, especially when obviously they're congested. But mullein actually has some really good properties for pain and inflammation as well. So you could use it topically for, achy muscles, joints, things like that. But these are my two favorite ways to use mullein. I have used the tea a lot in the past, but right now I don't have any tea because now is the time to harvest. So mullein's commonly used for respiratory complaints. Congestion, cough, a productive cough, a dry cough. It's actually really good for both. It's really good for sore throats. It can facilitate expectoration. It's also specific for bronchitis, which is pretty cool. One thing that I have used it for is like a really bad spasmodic cough. Around here when farmers are harvesting, they kick up a lot of dust and it causes me to have a productive cough, but it becomes very spasmodic where it sounds like a machine gun and I can't stop. And the only thing that has ever helped me is mullein, which is great. It does have nervine and relaxant properties, which is great, obviously, for a spasmodic cough or any kind of cough. That is what you would use mullein leaves for. Mullein flowers are a different story. So you can actually use mullein flowers to infuse in oil for ear infections, and it works especially well with younger kids. It can be antibacterial for your ears, anti-inflammatory, and it can also be pain relieving. So it definitely helps with ear infections. So mullein is self-seeding, and if you find a great place to grow it, it will work really well. You'll be able to self-seed, but I grow mine here. And so in this plantain plant, I have a little mullein that's been coming up right here. I actually have quite a few pots that are like this, where I'm like, oh, look, there's a little mullein. Okay, and then I usually repot it on its own, because if it's this strong to just grow in a pot with something else, then it deserves to live. Mullein seeds are poisonous. The rest of the plant is fine, but the seeds can be very poisonous. The other thing that I thought was super interesting is that mullein seeds can remain viable in the ground for hundreds of years. That's crazy. It's like a prehistoric plant. And then each plant can produce up to 80,000 to 100,000 seeds. I was quite impressed with that one. So mullein, or Verbascum thapsus, it is a biennial, which means its life cycle is 2 years. And in the first year, it makes a rosette like this. They get bigger. This is a juvenile plant. And I'll show you that in just a minute. But they make a rosette. And then in their second year, they get a stalk that goes up the middle, and then it gets flowers. And the flowers are amazing. Now the problem is right now you can't get them anywhere. One of its nicknames is the toilet paper plant, and the reasoning is the leaves are very soft. They have these little tiny little hairs that are super soft, and I guess if that's all you had, I guess you could use this. Now, if you are like me and you live in the southeast, you have probably never seen mullein in the wild. And the reasoning is it doesn't grow this far south. It gets way too hot, it doesn't like the heat, It wants it to be a lot cooler. It does not like direct sun, especially down here. It's way too hot. It wants a climate where it is cooler, and it's pretty cold hardy. So for me, the best thing for me to do is I grow it in my greenhouse. It does very well here. During the summer, I put sunshade fabric over the top to kind of keep the direct sun from coming in. But I also have windows, I open the doors, and it does really well. Plus, it really likes water. So it needs to be watered pretty much every day. I haven't watered it today, but I mean, it still looks pretty good. So I start the seeds out, and then I will up pot it, and I will up pot it again, and I will up pot it again so that it has enough space. This is basically a pot for a tree. It's huge. So this actual mullein plant has done super well in this pot. Very happy. When I harvest the outside leaves, and it just keeps propagating. I think I have already harvested this specific one like 5 times. So it's doing really well, and I can't wait till next year when the stalk starts to come up and I get some flowers. I'm super excited. So as you can see, I can harvest quite a bit off one plant, and normally when I harvest, I can get about this much. So I think this is like my 6th harvest, and it'll just keep on going. I love this plant. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It does so many things. I can't say enough good things about it. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, please do. And also make sure you hit the bell so that you get the notifications of when I post. We are super busy on the farm, and there's no way I can stick to an uploading schedule, but I want to stay super consistent. But if you hit the bell, then you'll always know when I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!